Hey, I'm back, and let's get this party started. I pulled up a game from Jeremy Silman's Reassess Your Chess 4th edition. This is a Roy Lopez variation. It also involves rooks, and so we're going to see how the rooks slowly take advantage of the position and basically win. The gentleman's name is Panajala, and then Alexander. I don't know how to pronounce their last name things here, so I'm just gonna call him Pear. Okay, I don't mean to disgrace his name or anything. I'm just gonna call him Par, P-A-R, and then I'll just do Alexander because I could do that. These other ones I don't know how to pronounce. So Par and Alexander. Par is white, Alexander is black. Okay. Par plays e4, Alexander plays e5, knight f3, knight c6. De Roy Lopez, one of the best and oldest openings. Hold on, my friends, I have to do one thing. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to reach and grab. 1 second. Let's go. Make sure I don't have a headset here. Okay. There we go. Well, the Roy Lopez, or the Spanish opening, is what it's called. It's named after a monk. It's one of the oldest chess openings. So we're going. That's why a lot of the grandmasters play it. There's so much lines on it that if you're not line orientated, you'll fall apart and they'll beat you. So sometimes they play certain openings that have huge lines of variations. So if you're not comfortable in certain openings, whatever you do, don't play into those. But if you do, if you find yourself in openings like that, do the best to play principle, okay? And then get to the middle game and look for tactics, okay? But don't believe just because of a rating that somebody's better than you. Okay. So a6, he retreats back. Par does. Alexander develops. Now he's attacking the pawn here, the e4 pawn. So he's going to have to react to it. And remember what we talked about? They don't have to worry about taking, because here, and if he plays here, then you play there and then retreats back, and now you have a problem right here. You can play here with a discovery and mess. So that's why there's really no threat of castling, and that's why he played bishop to Par played bishop not Par, sorry, Alexander played bishop f6. Rook e1, protecting the pawn, because Par doesn't want to have to just play c3. He may want to play d4. He may want to play c4. He may want to play c3, d4. He may want to just play c3 at the moment, retreat the bit, have a spot for the bishop to retreat back to on c2. He may want to maybe fianchetto his bishop. This rook to f1, e1 really is a flexible move. It allows white to have many different options of here and then there, even knight. If here, then there. Whole bunch of different ideas are formed from just that one move. b5, but black's idea: get this bad bishop out of here. This bishop's the bane of black's problem. So Alexander wants to relieve the pressure of the knight with b5. Oops. So retreats back to b3. It's kind of funny. Yes, he had to waste, let's see, 1, 2, 3. But if you notice, the bishop's on a really good diagonal. It's also hitting in the game in the opening. The weak spots around the king are actually these two squares. If when the king's not castled, white has an f2 weakness, black has an f7 weakness, because the only piece that's defending it is the king. So that's why sometimes it's tempting to bring your queen out and do all these checks in the beginning. You don't really want to do that, because if you do that, then you'll get into a bad habit. Your queen will be out. Your opponent will start attacking your queen and developing. So it's tempting to just hammer at this at the moment. But if your opponent allows you to do that, they play passive, then you can take advantage of the f7 in the opening pawn, or f2. So d6, pawn d6. C3, remember what we talked about? This rook move to e1 allowed c3 and then d4. And Par doesn't want black to come into he doesn't actually want the bishop to come to f4 or the knight come to f4. So this is a safety move. It allows for a flight square for white. Also protects the g4. Also allows the knight to move because there's no threat of a pin on the queen. There's a lot of different moves that it could do. Prepares g4 later on. If the rook comes back, if the king moves h1, g1, h4, h5, tons of different ideas. Bishop to b6 b7 is an interesting idea for Alexander. Alexander sees that the weakness is the e4 pawn. It's only protected by a rook. So if this knight wasn't here and it was black to move, he could rip off this pawn and then win a pawn because of the 2 versus 1 advantage. 2 attackers, 1 defender. So Par doesn't let that happen. He just goes crushing right through to the center. d4. And he wants to say to Alexander, bring it on, show me what you got. I'm dictating the game. I'm the one who wants to show strength. This is a strong move. This is saying to your opponent, I'm here to play. I'm here to win. And you better decide what you're going to want to do. If you play weak, I'm coming for you. That's what d4 says to black. Bring it. And so black's like, you know what? I don't mind if you trade, because if you trade here, I'll take back, and look, my bishop's open. My bad bishop's good. So Par's like, what do I play? What do I play? So he develops a piece. You're thinking, why doesn't he just bring his bishop out? Well, this is a soft spot, remember? The e4 pawn. Also, it develops a piece. It doesn't you don't have to just put your bishop on f5. You could later on, maybe the bishop will go to c2. He might go to b4, a4, fianchetto your bishop later on, and then your dark square bishop will have this whole diagonal. So just don't always feel pressured to play g5. If it doesn't call in the position, don't play it. Alexander retreats back. He wants to be able to get this pawn going here. He wants the pawn, the king side onslaught. He also wants to be able to, if he needs to, reroute his knight in. See, this bishop move does a couple things. Now he can fianchetto and play his bishop to g7 if he wants to. Play knight e7, knight b6, and maybe even knight into f4, taking advantage of the weak g2 pawn. So d5 is played by Parr. Parr knows that he can't allow the bishops to get activated. It's really interesting. This move, d5, does a lot of different ideas. Okay, you're thinking, what? Doesn't it just close down this? Yes. But let's look at the, like Bobby says, you have to give a square to get a square. Okay. Let's look at what d5 does. First of all, this bishop that wants so badly to come out can't come out because of there's no more trade. This bishop on b7 for black is blocked by this humongous iceberg of pawns, d5 and e4. And then later on he could play f3 and have this whole ginormous pawn slant here. So this bishop's out of play and that bishop's out of play by just d4. Yes, his bishop on b3 is stopped from the pin on e7, but remember, that's not a very important idea at the moment. So this actually benefits white. It allows white to get his pieces activated. He could play here, and then this bishop comes in. Right now, black is really cramped, and so Parr is trying to take advantage of all of black's weaknesses right now. His bishop's cramped, only one square to go to. His light squared bishop has nothing to look at. His knight has really only here to go to, or here. So these are the two squares. The bishop, if the knight ever went here, the bishop could just retreat back. Black really doesn't have anything to play for at the moment, and so Parr is actually pushing the game. Slightly he's better. But in my opinion, this would be a real pain for black to play, because he has to now unwind. He has to move this piece here to get to its best square, has to get this knight activated, has to push A and kind of break the side open. He's got a lot of problem. Black's gonna have to take a lot of time to get his pieces coordinated better. Just on move 12, Parr has put the question to Alexander, what are you going to do? The knight retreats back. Knight is going in here. He's looking at an outpost on f5. And then remember what we talked about? This pawn, yes, is attacked twice, but it's defended 3 times. Black's only 2 active pieces are his knights, and this bishop looks silly here. This knight really can't do anything, because if it goes here, it gets taken. So this knight is very passive. This knight, only thing it's doing is attacking here. So really, it has nothing to do. White has a ton of play here. The computer says it's equal. I don't know. In a player's mind, I don't know if this is equal, because you have to understand that Jeremy Silman talks about ideas. What does black have for an idea here? He's going to have to sit down for a second, put his hands on their lap, or just get up for a second behind the chair, whatever it takes. Look at the board and try to find a plan here. First of all, if you're an attacker, you're not really going to like this position for black. So you're going to try to find an attacking move. But if you're a positional player, you're not too upset with this position. But we have to remember that black's cramped. So what he wants to do is trade off pieces if he can. So if he could trade off a knight, 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 all these pieces here, he would be more than happy to do that. So he's trying to break now on c6. Now he's attacking the knight. Knight has to retreat back. He takes, and it's really interesting. That actually helped white. He's now back on the sweet square. Knight g5 is a threat to this because of the bishop and knight. So it's for real, man. This is a great game. Knight h2. Why didn't he play? Oh, I think I see why. If he played here, excuse me, he could just jam a knight right in there, and then you really got nothing to play for. So that move looks kind of silly now. So I see, and he doesn't really want this to. He wants to play here, get rid of this, maybe implant a queen there, something. This is all positional at the moment. Takes. Now, here comes the pin, baby. Wow, this is interesting. Takes the pawn. He wants to keep the pressure on, so now if the bishop takes, rook takes, wins a pawn. So bishop takes, knight takes, rook comes in. Queen's double attacking the pawn, so it's going after the weakness, covering this weakness. Knight's outposted forever. Another knight can come smacking right on in, so the knight jams itself, black jams itself right into c4. The only sitch though for black, if you guys notice, this is weak. This still is still weak, so it could be undermined with a4, and then maybe even rook b4 first, then a4. You never know. There's a ton of different things that could happen. Now the white's getting all of his pieces into the fray correctly. Black is, remember his star squared bishop? Star squared bishop is a problem now. He has a big problem. His pawns are on the wrong color for his bishop. Black is in a pickle. He only has two pieces and they're doing nothing. They're all on the queen side. So white sees the Par sees the opportunity to go for an attack on black. And so now he's bringing in the pieces, takes. And he's now getting ready to jump right on in here. Yeah, that's a losing move right here. A6 was a mistake. Knight to F, knight E7 is an incredible move. So then he takes, and then if pawn takes, we have a checkmate. So he can't take there. So he's gonna have to play C. Then what you're gonna have to do is play knight takes pawn. Wow, smack daddy, baby. Whoa. Queen G4. King g6. Wow. Let's see, actually, queen there. Queen takes, and then, wow. And that's winning. Whoa, think about that. That a6 move, queen a6, was the losing move. Wow. Who'd have thunk? It looks so natural to play queen f6, but there's really no reason for that. There goes even more. Who'd have thunk? All these moves are just played naturally now. We're getting into an end game. Let's just watch how they play, because it's just interesting to see how they slowly. Sometimes they make mistakes, but White doesn't know actually what to do. Par had the advantage, then he lost it. The king loses 2 pawns. F takes g. It says best move was f takes g. It takes. I don't think really he can make any. Black can't make any progress. That would be a draw. But he missed that, and basically he's losing the game here. A mistake. King f1 was actually the correct move. Queen g. I know it looks tempting. I know it looks tempting to play here, but the only sitch is takes, here, here, here. Yes, but remember that that could be played if need be. So then when takes, well, that does queen with check, so I don't know if d5's the right move at the moment. Maybe a pawn. Oh, the pawn move is what's the okay, because then you take. That's right. Remember, opposition is huge. In the situations where you're down, like a pawn, like this, if a queen, you have to be really careful, because you do not want to allow these 2 queens to get trade off. So when black was able to trade off the queens is when he won, because there's no real way to let's see how this works. Okay, takes. I think this is a draw now. So you have to be real careful here. So what black's going to have to do is play actually h4 now that I think about it. Because then when he gives way, then you can move king to g4. Then when he gives way here, you move king in. So best move is he's probably going to have to play here. Then you move your king in here, and then there goes the pawn. End game play, these 2 guys are just going to jump down the board and queen, and it's just not going to be fun. Not fun at all, guys. So would you like to play me, somebody? somebody like to play me? Huh? Let's see. What do we want to? Who do we want to play? Let's make the rating 1800 so that we actually get. Yeah, we'll play this guy here. Huh? Didn't allow us to do it. Oh, 1840. We'll give this one a shot. Okay, now we're gonna have to remember we're in against the big boys now. So let's play this. Hey, how you doing? You would like to play? Okay. I'll create a game. Let's play a friend. I'll wait. Fine, it's raining. It's rainy night. Yeah, it is. It's raining here too, so I know how you feel. But it's a good thing that it doesn't matter what weather it is. You can play chess, so that's cool. Yeah, I made the board a little bigger so it's easier to see. I didn't know that CTRL and then you can do plus and it makes it so that your screen gets bigger, so that's cool. I didn't know that. I would have done it sooner if I'd known that. So then it'd be a lot easier for everyone to see. Okay, let's give them some French. Oh yeah, the London, the dreaded London system. It's a good night to play chess, for sure, for sure. We're just doing standard moves in the French. This is actually not the French opening. This is a different opening, but it's the London system has like different openings. It's a way of playing to get you to the middle game, and it's actually from a. It's funny. If I'm not mistaken, I think that France and England had a tournament one time, and England won with this type of an opening, and they called it the London system because England won. It's funny. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but there's I think I remember reading it, so don't quote me on that. I always wondered where it got its name from. Let's see here. Okay, let's give it some. Let's see what we got here, guys. Do do do. Yeah, let's just get this bishop off the board. Get this bishop off the board. Do 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 do. See you, bishop. Let's attack this bishop here. Let's attack it. Send it back to where it came from. Now let's see if we can take advantage of some of the weaknesses on the dark light squares. I mean, we have a dark squared bishop, so we need to emphasize the dark squares now, because we talked about that in Jeremy Silman. What piece in the imbalance you have, make it better. Let's see, what do we want to do here? What do we want to do? Maybe if I might probably should have maybe played my queen here. That might have been better now that I think about it. But it's still okay. I'm not upset at all. Okay. Let's hammer home this win. Kerplunk. There come now we're going to start making some progress. Kerplunk. In comes the warriors. Okay. Let's see if we can get some more pieces involved in this fight. This is a very interesting position, guys. So I'm going to have to think just for a second. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, man. Trying to think. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Boy, this is a sticky situation we got here. Yeah, I'm thinking about castling. I'm thinking either short or long. I might even just move my king. Not sure if he will have queen d3 at some. Yeah, yeah. That. See, I'm also thinking about maybe queen e3 myself, threatening mate on f2. King e7 is, yeah. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, king e7 I think is the best. Let's see. Is there anything you can do though? No, I'm gonna go. I like king e7. This is a very different position for sure. I do not. He has to be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there's a lot of problems up ahead. Taking the knight. Take the knight on b. B. Take the b. B4 pawn leads to. I'm trying to see now. Let's see here. Interesting. Okay, 95. 95. Yeah, because 95 is interesting. 95 because pawn takes and bishop takes. And oh, yeah, I like that. 95 is good. Yeah, that's. I was thinking, yeah, threatens b5 for sure. Yeah. This is a double-edged position for sure, man. Oh boy. But it shows you that. See, I have. Oh, there. That was a mistake. There you go. The bishop. The queen's gone. You gotta be careful with those moves. Yeah, I didn't really. The reason I didn't want a castle. Yeah. I didn't want a castle because with this rook, that's why kind of sometimes you could just move your king up and it's all you're fine. There we go. This should be now winning, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Interesting. We'll give it one more rematch. Well, I get white this time. Cool. Let's see how the true London player works. Yeah. Oops. New analysis that. Can you analyze that game after you? Oh. Yes, I'll have to do that. I'll have to. I think I can. Okay, so he played. Okay, he's playing. Interesting. Okay, here. Let's implant that knight there. I like knights. Sometimes. Yeah, rookie one is interesting. Yeah, C takes, D takes. I've seen all three moves. Yeah. There we go. Bang. Now the pawn structure is totally wrecked. Yeah, I like doubling up here. This is an interesting position. We can play on the weaknesses of the light squares here, I mean dark squares. Yep, that's right. Because there's no way he could take. He'll have to move his queen, his bishop, and then another pawn falls. If he takes here, I'll just gobble up everything. There we go. Just take that. I don't know if that was the best idea. I probably should have taken here. Yeah, in passing would have been better. I can't really trade at this moment. Yeah, that's the only thing that can hold this position right now. I should have taken in passing with that. I don't want to take because that would double out. I'd reconnect his pawns. So, very, very not how I wanted this to come out. Tells you be careful how you take. Oh, interesting. He's going for that weakness there. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, b4, b5. That wins. a5. Yeah, because then here, 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 and then the king walks in. Yep. You guys are good at your end games. You guys are really improving. Games are won and lost in the end game the majority of the time. We don't want to push these guys because at the moment these guys control everything. Oops, sorry. These guys control all this. And if he takes here, so be it. We just take back. That's controlled. Then we can play there. And we still have these two passers, so we're good. We'll get one passer, probably that one. Okay, let's play a5. Let's take advantage of that. Oh, f3. Yep. I'm not really worried about pushing because we have a5. If he plays here, so be it. We have b5, and then if he takes here, we take back, attacking the queen and the pawn. I mean the bishop and the pawn. We also have the ability of infiltrating in and attacking the pawn here. So this is a really, really, really complicated endgame somewhat. The faster the better. I like queen side play better. Yeah. Because there's 2 versus 3. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to take with the... I don't want to take... I'm going to take with the pawn. Now comes the choice of the evils. What does he want to play? This move here locked everything down. I'm going to play next probably f5, f3, pawn f3. Not sure if we had to. Yeah, if he took there. I probably should, if I, now that I think about it, played here. Well, I needed to get rid of this pawn so that I could play there. Let's see, what did he play? Okay. I'm gonna sack one pawn to get a passer. Actually, 2 pawns. then there goes a pawn. Yeah, 2. I think let's see, in this situation with that there, c5, I think your c5 was good as well. I think that probably that's good because then I can always infiltrate in here. Yeah. But I wanted to I wanted to just like simplify down and get a queen. Let's see. King c5 right here. And then before beef, yeah, that would have worked too. He could have infiltrated in here. Could have played here, then takes, and we have that, yeah, like here, takes, here, oh sorry, pawn here, and then we move our king in. He takes there, we take here, we move out of the way, and this pawn goes up the board. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. There was a lot of opportunity. There we go. Now it's too slow. He can't. Yeah, he can't. He can't play fast enough. Oops. Let me see. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Careful not to. Yeah. Let's see if I check here. Check. Oops, I should have moved down here and moved in. Well, I think we're still okay. Let's see. Then he takes here. Remember, when you get in a position like this, rather don't play there, play either here, because you want to stay in contact with this pawn. And at this point, it's a win. There we go. How do you go back and actually pull up a prior game? I don't know how to do that. How do you actually do? Because I know I had a friend who somehow pulled it up on the bar up here, but I'm not sure how to do that. Click on your profile. Okay. Okay, profile. And then click big tab. Hold on. Let me minimize this real quick. Okay. Games. Okay. On the bottom. Oh. All right. Oh, games here. Okay, gotcha. And then it's this one here. There we go. Okay. Sweet. Thank you for the help. I didn't know how to do that. Okay. So, what part would you guys like to go over in there? What? Because it's 24 moves. Which part were you guys curious about? From the opening. Okay. Oops. Let me get this a little bit bigger so we can all see better. There we go. Okay, after the first few moves. Okay. So tell me when you move like 5. Are you thinking move 5? I want to see the the engine. Okay. Oops. There we go. You want to see it the engine, so I'll have to just downsize it just a second. There we go. Okay, here, and we'll do that. We'll also turn on the engine. So let's increase that now. There we go. We're back up to 150. Okay, here. Oh, not analysis. Okay. Do you want? So you want the? Okay, yeah. There we go. Because knights there. Yeah. So far so good. We're good on move 3. See, knight. We're good still. So we're 100% just engine on. Okay. Gotcha. Will do. Okay. Yeah, everything's good. We're playing so far the engine moves all the way up till 5. Let's see. Okay, so takes that. Oh, let me see. I took here, so that wasn't actually the proper move. It wanted d6, and then with takes, then takes. Okay, here. Okay, and then castles. Okay, gotcha. So we kind of weren't proficient on that. So takes. So far so good. As long as it doesn't go down too much, it's fine. Yeah. He's up. He's actually up in points. So let's see there. Bishop takes. I moved in with the knight. I took with the knight. So there. So we're at 0. We're at 0 at the moment. So castles. So we're let's see. Okay. This is getting interesting because it says A3. A3 looks more likely. Okay, what takes was incorrect. So we know that knight infiltrate back is actually the best. Seems closing the H file. Yeah, that is interesting. Rather than F, I think that like what they're saying, probably A3 is more interesting. Yeah, the knight actually closes the whole H file, which may be best. Maybe castles even right now would be better. Like castles here. I could play. Yeah, that does undermine the structure of here. Yeah, that's interesting. So there. That gave us a 1.2 pawn advantage. So the queen move wasn't the best, and this knight move actually would have saved the game. I mean, the engine wants. I meant the engine would bat black to play h6. Oh, the engine wanted black. Hold on. Okay. Where does let's see here. So at one point, and maybe castle. Oh yeah, because here takes h6. I see what you're saying. Here might have been a good idea. Yeah, h6 might have been a better idea at this moment. The only issue is then pushes and yeah. I do like what we were talking about before. Oh, before g5. Okay. So h6 here. So h6. That yeah, because I was thinking. I think that I was kind of I was pushing it too hard because I it shows the move. Yeah. So G5 was correct on the right move. Wow. So I did do it right. Cool. I did an engine move. Who'd have thunk on that? That's cool. Yeah, H3. It's thinking rather than this push. Yeah, it wants this. It says that's actually the oh, not F. What did it say? Okay, HF6. That is right. Okay. In this situation here, it does say H6 is an interesting idea. I was thinking there, but that he takes and then takes here, but there's nothing really that is gained from that. That's what I was actually looking at. So it's saying at this point b4 is actually a really good move. Then the knight can retreat back. He takes. Let's see, what is it? Oh, so yeah, I know why you should play. There. The h6 is important to play because you may lose a pawn because of the bishop with the knight moves. The rook and the bishop are attacking the pawn. So that is an interesting sitch. So let's see we did good so far. Okay. Check. he comes in. So he did play the correct move then. This move actually was the correct move. Huh. What? And I played the correct move as well. So b4 was correct. So takes. Okay, takes here. Takes. And rook to b1. Gotcha. Because then, yeah, then you have to come up here and then let's see. What would what would this black play? Okay, he's going after the pawn, so it takes here, here, this. Okay, back there is going after the weakness there. Then rook up. Okay, let's see if the castle is a bad idea instead of. Okay, let's see. Hold on, let me get to that. Oh, castles. Gotcha. Okay, what did we have before? Oops, not bad. Let's go to castles. Okay, pawn takes. Okay, rook comes over. So it takes there, there. Can't take there, so that doesn't work. You have to actually move the queen. So that's a forced. Queen up here. Rook takes. Or let's see. So knight takes. Bishop takes. Knight comes in. So it looks like white would have enough time to attack. Yeah, h7. There it is. The G pawn, and then let's see what. Okay, let's see. It takes here. That comes in there, and let's see. You take here. Takes there. Interesting. This is getting pretty it's equal now. Okay, so it would have ended up becoming an equal position. The castles would have equalized everything. So it wasn't a bad idea. It just didn't give the advantage to black. That's one thing we have to always take in consideration is when we're playing for an attack. We'll go back here. Let me get to that. Sorry, I was going through real fast. Let's see. Oh, right here. When I brought my queen in there. See, when you're that's the thing you have to take in consideration is this was like what you're saying. You found a very critical point in the game, which was the king movement. This king movement was huge. When you're attacking, you really sometimes you can actually put your king in the center. Sometimes I was thinking maybe castling queen side before, but I didn't like the idea because of the queen coming over. But so you have to say to yourself, you have to look at the board and you have to let the board tell you what is the sitch going to be, and you have to say, do I want a castle? Because this rook the rook on h8 is actually positioned really good. Because if we play it here, and then we'll say he pushes here. I now can open up the position with the rook coming straight on down. So this rook on h8 is actually, well placed at the time. So you have to say, do I take the risk and play something like e7? Or do I wait and, like what the computer says, take first, then takes, the computer wants the open line, and that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. So the reason I played King E7 as well was if takes here, takes and takes, I can always take back there. Yes, there's a check, intercepts there. That is an interesting sitch. That's why I didn't like to sometimes. But you found actually the best move with knight to knight e5 was actually the best move. That was the correct move in the situation when you guys talked about that. It looks like you can actually take, like when Popcorn said about taking, but the sitch is the pin, and that's the thing. You took back here, then you take, and that was actually the lose. So now this is a critical point in the king. So it's saying king to g8, and then now we go. Now we're working on the body of the position. Rook comes here, takes, bishop comes back attacking. So here, let's see, what is it? Okay, yeah, I was thinking queen takes, knight takes, bishop, knight takes, pawn takes. Rook comes over. I think it takes here. Takes. You take here. Rook takes. Okay, so now we're simplifying down. So there's a check there. There. Knight comes in. That's why E was so sorry, because the king on E8, he would have. Yeah, let's go back. Let's see. Oops. No, I did that again. Let's get to that spot here. Okay. Yeah, E7. That's why king E7 is so strong, because the king on E8, he would have an in-between move of, yeah, B takes D7. So sometimes you have to be careful with those positions, yeah. So mate, there's a mate in 7. Checkmate is now unstoppable. So queen takes. So takes. King up. So that's mates. There we go. Yeah, it was nice for sure. So think about it. I have some games to analyze if you have time. Oh, okay, we'll go over one. I have a French as well. So, okay, we'll go over a game. What game do you want to go over? I use OBS. Use OBS 20. I think it's OBS 20.1.1 Windows. That's the one I use. So it's a pretty good software. You have to kind of get to know how to use it though, for the streaming. Okay, let's see. That takes there. Not bad. So are you so oh, you're black. I'm black. Okay. Then let's hold on, let me minimize this just for a second so I can flip the board. There we go. And then I'll increase it. Push. I know, I'm doing it right now. Oh, you rats. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to turn off the engine. Oops, I gotta turn off the analysis too. How do you turn off the analysis? I don't think it matters. We turn off the engine, that's all that matters. It's not a problem. Okay, so castles. Yeah, you're doing good. Still good. I see, yeah, your bottom right bar. Bottom. Let's see, practice with the computer. Table. Well, it's okay. Well, we won't worry about this. We're just gonna go over a game. Because it's the computer's opinion. See, humans have creativity, so not to worry. The engine can still be on if you don't disable the 3 green dot. Oops. Hold on. 3 green dot. Oops. Dang it! I hate when that happens. My mouse thing slipped. Okay. Hold on. Okay, let's get back to where we were. I messed up here. Sorry about that. Okay, there. Where did I? Oh boy, I'm gonna have to start over on here because I know where we were. Bottom. Okay, hold on. Let me. Let me zoom. Oops, I know. I'll just zoom out here. So bottom. Am I getting? Okay, very bottom right 3 gray bar. Okay, very bottom. Okay, right. Oh, right there. Okay, gotcha. And then turn off. We'll turn off here. Okay, enable computer, enable. Nope. There we go. Thank you for the help. There we go. That's how we like it. Okay. Now I'll increase it. Perfect. Okay. Oops. Too far. Too much. Yes. All of them. Yep. Oh, all of them. Oh. Yeah. We'll turn off. I think we did disenable computer analysis. Replay mode slow. I think we're good. I think everything. Yep, there we go. Okay. Wanted to make sure I had it all properly. Okay, let's go up to 15. Yeah, it's good now. You did it. Yeah, I did. Okay, let's get to our spot because this is a very okay. Here. All right. Okay, you're putting on the pressure on the queen side. I can see his bishop is not is stopped by your e pawn, e4 pawn. Wow, he intentionally entombed his light squared bishop. Incredible. So knight comes in. Knight retreats back. Wow, your development is great. Wanted to take away c4. Yeah. And makes the knight a bit stuck. Yep, exactly. 100% the knight. That did take away this move did take away the knight from going here or the bishop. So you're so far so good. You're squeezing the opponent. A3, queen up. Knight d7, knight b d7, rook. Okay, so far, okay. Let's see. So he plays. Okay, you guys both interesting. The rook stare off here, standoff. Knight comes in. He's attacking the knight. So far, so yeah, you're totally yeah, he blundered with the knight move. He should have played. This is an interesting idea, but then you could just break the knight right on open, and here, yeah, he's terminated. I was thinking, what would happen if he played there first? But that does, because the bishop still covers that pawn, so there's real no way he can move. Let's see, he can actually move his takes. I see. Yeah, the bishop idea is actually best now that I looked at that. He should have played something different. What could have White had played that? Probably queen to g5 might have been a better idea, but yeah, I think queen g5 probably would have been better for him. So that covers everything. Yeah, he made a mistake with the knight move. Was the move that cost him the game. At this point, he needs just to remove the knight from C and to open up the B. Yeah, challenge the E5 knight and knight G. I wanted to. I saw Topalov do that. Yeah. Then bishop. He would have to. He should have played like right here. It was a very interesting move. Bishop to g2 would have. Let's see. Actually, could he have? No, he can't take because of the queen there. That's a bad move. So bishop g2, I think, would have. somewhat, let's see, trying to think, is there anything else that, let's see, we could take, maybe take here, bishop takes, and if he takes the rook, you take, and bishop takes g, knight takes g2. Yeah, that's what that's also the an idea too. So if bishop takes, bishop here, knight takes, and I don't really see any advantage for either player. I think that was my, yeah. I think at this point you have a slight advantage here because of the queenside space. So you probably, with computer analysis, they'd probably say maybe a 0.1 or a 0.2, point 0.3, because this pawn prevents the knight from jumping in. This pawn stops the knight from jumping in here. So this knight is actually a kind of worthless piece at the moment. But it did do one thing. It saved the knight. So the bishop move, the best move for him was bishop to b g2. So that was the only plan that would have given him any chance of fight. But then we saw what happened is, I was looking at takes here, bishop takes. Is there anything else that we could play, like takes? He might. So you have to always look at these odd different lines. Let's say he takes here. You can drop a knight in there, and he plays here. Bishop takes, pawn takes, takes, and I think that's strong. So you have to be careful here. You could then implant the knight there. So yeah, because you have to think what is, because the grandmasters aren't afraid of material loss, because it's not about, Jeremy Silva says, it's not about the material, it's about checkmate. So when you take here, takes, and even if he takes the rook, you're still better. You're better in this position because you can take here, and let's see, what would he play? If he played here, so that would be winning there. So there, and here. Oh, so we can't play there. More likely rook takes would be strong. Let me see. We could play pawn. We could actually play pawn takes here. Then when he moves there, rook takes bishop. So that doesn't work. I was just trying to see if there's any plans that actually could work. Maybe pushing here is even an interesting idea. So then you can play bishop takes there. No, not bishop. Maybe king takes. It's over. No, that doesn't work. So queen. I think queen takes is best now. That doesn't work there. So you'd want to play rook at this point. Rook takes, and I think this is winning now. Unstoppable win. Let's see, is there anything that he can... He doesn't have any checks. He might try rook, maybe... He can't move the rook because the rook would come over, so he's going to have to play... Wow. Maybe... No, that doesn't work, because that mates with back rank mate there. Hmm. Takings doesn't work either, because then you have you lose a queen. Wow, that's crushing. This pawn takes. You kind of have to have the the courage of steel, as I always call it, or the courage of the fight. Not worrying what's gonna happen. You kind of have to have the tall mentality of, you know what. Our Paul Morphy in one game in the theater, he faced, I think it was a duke and an earl, and he sacrificed everything, even his queen. Yes, I love these kinds of moves. Boy, that was a really good game. That was actually a really good French game. This is a Sicilian game. Yeah, the Sicilian's fun. The Sicilian is really popular. I tried a whole new idea with an early queen move. Yeah. Okay, so you're oops. Oops, I have to go. I have to minimize this for just a second and flip the board. And then I'll maximize it. There we go. Oops, got snakies. Gotta get off that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Oh, you're doing the Sicilian here. Nice. Sweet. So far, so good. So you're going after the bishop. Castles. So queen e3. Let's see. Yeah, the fork there. Wow. Yeah, he totally the queen move was his downfall. I find a good tactic because sometimes you can find a tactic to look at these kind of moves, because sometimes, yeah, exactly. He right here. Let's see. What could he have actually? He should have played maybe. That would have been a better idea for him to have played, because then takes. You still could play here, here, here. Yeah, he made a mistake by moving his queen. That was actually the problem. If I don't play, a pawn on D can. Yeah. Yeah, the pawn can go to D5. Yeah, it can go to. It can actually. Let's see. If he didn't play there, so he could actually have played here. I see what you're saying. That I think that's even better now that I think about it. I think your idea of E4 for or E5 is actually for white the best move in the sitch. Now that I think about it, because that stops it stops that because you can go there. Boy, it tells you got to be careful. You have to be really careful in this situation. White. No, I mean that if I had played no. Okay, see here. If I had played D5. Oh yeah, you can't. You really can't play. Let's see if you play here. So no, I meant that if I played D5 instead of F6. Gotcha. That here. Yeah, that it doesn't work now because of. Yeah, that does change the sitch though. But you're still, even though you're down a pawn here, even though you're down a pawn, let's see, yeah, you're down one pawn. He does have horrible pieces, and you do have, even in this sitch, you do have the two bishops. So you have the light squared bishop. You're still winning here. Either way, you had a winning position. My line was a little bit different. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so oops. So you're saying D5, D5, not queen takes E. Okay, there. So not queen takes, but so you're thinking bishop takes here. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's a fork. And then here, there, 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 there. Oh yeah, he can't. He'll right. You can't take because okay, gotcha. It takes there, and then you can't take because of if you take here, he wins the knight. Yeah. And you got there. Wow, you are down a tremendous amount of material, aren't you? So yeah, it tells you right there. F6 was the F6 was the winning pawn F6 does change the whole situation. Why didn't he move here? He could play the. He should have moved his bishop back here. And let's see then here. I think there, here. Maybe knight at this point. No, you do have to play pawn takes. Let's see, you're one piece up. He's got horrible connected pawns. He's one pawn. He has a pawn for a piece. You have the two bishops in an open position. So you're still good. Even in that position, even if he retreats back. They place there. If he takes here, king takes, takes, rook doubles. Yeah, you're up a whole rook at that point. So yeah, if rook, yeah, if rook, that is an interesting idea. If rook, so if takes, rook f1, then you have knight. Yep, and there's your inner temp. I mean, in between move. That's right. That's why you have to constantly look at these ideas. These are you can play there, and that takes. Yeah, you're still a piece up. Let's see. What if bishop takes, knight takes. Now that's a interesting sitch right there. But you still have that idea. So that fork, yeah, that's a killer move. There's no way to avoid. There's you can't move in and take the knight. No. It's just over. I mean, you can't even take the pawn. Yeah, that's just horrible. That's you gotta love those type of move sequences though when you get to play those. You know, bang, man. That's like attack, takedown. Let's see. Is there anything he really can do? I don't see anything. No, I don't see anything. This is one more game. Wait. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So I don't have to switch boards now. Whoa, you had the 4-pawn Phoenix position. Loving it. Yeah, we learned. Jeremy, someone says if you can hold the center in this type of position, you win. So you're holding the center. So you're basically winning right now. I can't believe he just allowed you to develop everything. His position. So, but he has the ability maybe to play here. So he does have a counter strike. Wow, nice. Wow, that is a lot of power there, man. Power. Good job by not trading off pieces. That's actually that's great. When you have a cramped position like that, you followed excellent principles there. You did. That was an excellent move. Retreat back. Yeah, there. Trying to see. Yeah, I don't see anything better. I was trying to see if there's anything we can force a move or something. Like maybe queen comes in, but I don't see anything that could benefit that. So knight moves in. I didn't like g5 because yeah. There's nothing more that could be played. The knight move. Let's see. I think okay then. Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, he's actually firing back with some sweet ammo here. So let's see there. Yeah, I felt like my bishop on h had become misplaced. I was good to. Yeah, yeah. That you have to. Even when you're attacking, you have to be careful because your opponent's like, he's coming in for a pretty good onslaught as well. So, but it like I played a game where I almost sacrificed everything just to pry the king's center his shield away, and it was really a good game. Let's see there, double up. Let me see. So anything else that I'm trying to see if there's anything else we can play here. No, I don't see anything. It's crazy. He should have played here. I came to force. My own attack wasn't paying attention that my opponent was doing that. That is one of my biggest. Yeah. That right there. I can't believe he didn't. That's a good check and everything. But that's really strong. Because, well, let me see. Is there anything. I understand his checking idea here. Ooh, that's actually his. That wasn't a bad. Huh. Interesting, because that does happen sometimes. Maybe King moves over might have prophylactic idea, because even with that. No. I don't think you had to take in this position. I think you could have just moved, because there's a pin on the bishop. Yeah. I think that's what I was thinking, knight, because that does stop that, and when he plays there, so you're not in any problem here. I think knight e2, and then let's see if moves his rook over. Still, you still have an idea for an attack. You can bring your bishop back. Let's see if anything. I'm trying to see. I would then slowly build up. Yeah, that is a potential. You have to sometimes for a second keep remembering that you're attacking on this side. This is something I had to learn. Just remember that you're attacking here, but you have to stop the queenside attack. And the hardest thing to do is when you're an attacker player like me and you, is to step back for a second and stop the attack, because it feels good to just go for it all, just blitz, everything, but you have to be careful because you have an excellent position. You played great, and it's even in these type of positions, you can use a pin. And it's funny that the pawn move that he actually played here was actually his losing move because it allowed you. I'm not there. It allowed you to play. It allowed you to play here. Even if he played rook, it doesn't really do anything. Let's see. Is there anything else he could have played? I'm trying to think. What prophylactic move really demolishes your opponent? I would then build up on it. Yeah. You could do that too. Perhaps, let's see. Perhaps knight to a2. Yeah, I think knight a2 is better. Yeah, knight a2 is better. I was just looking. That is actually a better idea. Yep. And I don't think there's any way that he can save this position. I think he's gonna lose this. Well, he could play there. You could. That's basically his only move that he would be able to play, because he has to hold on to that. Anything else? Anything else? Let's see. Anything. Knight takes. No, interesting. Knight takes B. Yep, you're right. That still wins a pawn. Yeah, the rook move doesn't work. Yeah, you win that pawn's gone. Yeah, that is all she wrote. You'd have stopped the whole position. That would have actually stopped everything. I've trust me, I've had to go back and look at these positions too. It's like really, I mean, all I had to do was just take a second and either play here or here, and I still had to attack. I was like, yeah. But remember, learning. This is all about learning. That's the cool thing about chess is you can take a game home and find a better move, and then next time, because trust me, something similar like this will come up in probably a game you play, and now you'll know how to deal with it. It may be a totally different position, maybe not even an attack on your king, but maybe on a piece, and you'll say, huh, man, now I remember back when we looked at this position here, it the queen or bishop pins a pawn to this piece, and you know, so you played great. Good job, man. Well, yeah. Do you want to go over any more? This bishop and knight, terrible. Let the paralyzed blast. Yeah, exactly. His king is paralyzed. There's really no hope for his position in this sitch here. You have everything under wraps on the king side, and he didn't. And the thing is, he violated principles as well. But actually, he didn't. Yes and no, because he used three pieces. He used the pawn to attack the king, so he had the three-piece principle of attacking the king, but he just didn't have enough coordination to actually go for it. If I can find any, sure, let me take a look. Yeah, I'll do one more, and then I have to log off for work. But this big problem would be mobile pawns and no queenside count. Yep, exactly right. Okay, dokie. Let's see. Ay. So I am. Well, I'll probably. Can we look at the game tomorrow night? If you're on, because I have a little bit of work I have to do before I head to bed, and I appreciate all the games that you showed me. But I looked at the time. I'm like, oh, I I have to get a little bit of work done before too late. Would that be okay, Fox? Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I didn't mean to, interrupt. And yeah, bring the games. Those are great games, man. And I appreciate you logging on and talking. Keep up the good work. You're improving. There's you can always put a game out there. We'll go over it, and you don't worry. It's all about learning. Okay. And thank you for logging on. And remember, guys, keep improving. And as Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus. And as I say, guys, God bless. And I will see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. You can bring your games as well. And so, bye bye, guys. Have a great rest of the night, great rest, and keep improving. Bye bye.